Hello my fellow watchers, how are you today? Okay, so today I'm going to talk about another what if here. What if Dragon Ball had a civil war? Now you're probably wondering why I'm deciding to do all of this. Well, you see, some time ago I sent my friend the JFS reviewer, a friend of mine, check out his videos, my video about the Digimon Civil War, and he suggested to me what would likely happen if Dragon Ball had the Civil War instead of Digimon. And this got me curious because I like the Civil War film. So let's talk about what would have happened if Dragon Ball had the Civil War. Now let's talk about the story. Let's imagine for a moment what would have happened if Vegeta had killed Cell in his second form. Just think that a moment. Vegeta didn't get tempted by Cell's offer of a perfect form. He decided to kill Cell in his second form. So that means Cell games never happened, 18 never absorbed, 16 lived. Now, but here's the problem. The Z Fighters are worried about 18 and 16. Granted, Cell has died, but here's the problem. 18 and 16 still may have this death threat against Goku and the rest of them. They may still be worried that the future Trunks came from might still happen. Now that's the story. What would cause the Z Fighters to split is the decision whether or not, for those who trust the androids, or for those who are still worried that the 16 and 18 may still cause that future to happen. Okay, now let's talk about who would be the two main factors of this civil war. I think for me personally it would be Krillin and Future Trunks who would be the Captain America and Iron Man in this. Now, a lot of people are going to say, why Goku and Vegeta, it should be Goku and Vegeta, but here's the thing, it would be too obvious, and Goku and Vegeta, they usually resolve these conflicts quickly, and even sometimes they don't really need to do anything, they just need to let the other decide for themselves. So however, I think Future Trunks and Krillin would be the main focus here. Future Trunks may not feel satisfied with Cell's death, and and after living in that future, seeing what the alternative 17 and 18 did there, he may be terrified still of 16 and 18. Remember, before 17 and 18 unlocked 16, he blew up Dr. Gero's lab. So chances are he would still feel this kind of anger in him for 16 and 18. So I think he would be against the androids living, while Krillin, after spending some time with 18, trying to help her along with 16, he would try to say that these two deserve a second chance. So here are our two main characters, Krillin and Future Trunks. Now let's look at the characters who would side with each team. For starters, 18 and 16 would definitely go for Krillin's team, so that's out of the way. Goku. I think Goku would side with Krillin. For starters, Krillin's his best friend. And Goku's one of the few people who actually does believe in second chances. In fact, most of the people he meets used to be his enemy. Oolong, Yamcha, Tien, Piccolo, pretty much the majority of the friends he has used to at one point be his enemy. So he does believe in second chances and even giving someone the benefit of a doubt. So I think he would side on Krillin's team. Now Vegeta, I think Vegeta would go to Krillin's team. Now you're probably wondering, due to Future Trunks being his son, you'd think Vegeta would go for his team. But here's the thing, I think Vegeta still wants to have a good fight with 18. Granted, the hyperbolic time chamber may have given him a chance to increase his energy and allow him to go some way forward of Super Saiyan 1, but still, he can't do that if Future Trunks kills 18 and 16, so he'll probably still want a rematch with her. And remember, he did in the original Dragon Ball Z, he was willing to, he fought against Krillin and Future Trunks just to get Cell to absorb 18 so he could fight them. So chances are he'll do the same in this situation, protect 16 and 18 just to have a good fight with them. So Vegeta would be on Krillin's team. Now let's talk about Yamcha. I think Yamcha would go on Krillin's team just for the sake of friendly loyalty. Like Krillin has been one of his most constant friends over the years, so I think he would go to Krillin's team. Now Tien, I think Tien would go on Future Trunks' team. For starters, Tien, remember Tien gave Vegeta a hard time because of his access Saiyan, so truth is he wouldn't want another security risk with the androids, believing they could pose a threat and cause the current timeline to end up like the future timeline. So I think Tien would side with Future Trunks' team in order to protect the future. Chatsu, I think Chatsu would go with Future Trunks' team like Yamcha out of friendly loyalty. But Piccolo, I think Piccolo would go for Future Trunks' team. For starters, after his encounter with Cell and after what Cell did to him before Goku teleported him, Piccolo was almost near death. He nearly died due from all that water. So he may be a little bit worried about the android's power, fearing that they may, like Cell, get out of control and try to kill everyone. So I think Piccolo, after having that experience with him, would side with Future Trunks' team. Now Gohan. I think Gohan would go for Future Trunks' team. The reason why is because he's seen a lot of bad things happen. Frieza, Raditz, Nappa, all of that stuff. After experiencing so many things like that, he'll probably not want another thing like that happening. And remember, these two androids have been created to kill his father. So he loves his father, he wants to protect his father. So chances are he will do what he can to protect him no matter what. And why not kill the two beings that pose a ginormous threat to his dad? So Gohan would go for Future Trunks' team. Now how this would affect the Dragon Ball universe? Well, there have been multiple times where the hero Z fighters have gone on opposite sides, like Margin Vegeta and the Baby Saga in GT. But here's the thing, the problem is that this may just be a little thing people go through and they might be able to resolve this later on. But it depends on how much they want to resolve it. Remember, Dragon Ball is mainly focused on fighting, so chances are it's not going to be a slip up or risk. These two teams will probably be fighting all over the time. Who will win? Well, that's your opinion. If you can think of a conclusion of who would win, Krillin's team or Future Trunks' team, leave a comment. But other than that, I think the team could possibly remake itself if resolve itself, like Goku and Vegeta did after the Margin Vegeta incident. But again, they're probably a new threat like Margin Buu would have to come for the teams to work together again. But that depends. Well, that's what I think would happen in Dragon Ball Civil War. If you have your own opinion, like who would be the two main factors, what would cause the diversity, and who would join each team, leave a comment. Until then, peace out.